Lockout tagout is not just an OSHA regulation. Lockout tagout could be the difference between you going to work happy, healthy, and whole, and the very real possibility of you not returning home in the same condition or worse, not returning home at all. Every year, tens of thousands of workers go home safely because of the proper use of lockout tagout. During these few moments, I'm going to describe to you the definition of lockout tagout, why we use lockout tagout, repairing energized equipment, the types of employees who are affected with lockout tagout, the training involved with lockout tagout, the energy sources involved with lockout tagout, and the devices also used in controlling energy sources. First and foremost, why do we use lockout tagout? Very simple, our own safety. It is our responsibility to look out for ourselves. Lockout tagout simply refers to the specific practices and procedures of safeguarding employees or yourself from the unexpected energization of equipment or machinery and the release of hazardous energy during machinery repair. As I said before, it is your responsibility to ensure your own safety while repairing any type of equipment. You also are responsible for the employees around you when you are repairing a specific piece of equipment. Your company is responsible and has a liability to provide you with safe practices, training, safe equipment, lockout tagout devices, and everything that is involved with lockout tagout. And costs. Repairing energized equipment is very dangerous. An employee can become very seriously injured or killed if repairing a piece of equipment has not been properly locked out. Improper use of locks and tags can cause injuries not only to yourself but to your co-workers. Improper use of locks and tags can also cause serious property damage. Lack of improper use of lockout tagout is also an OSHA violation, which also brings very serious fines and penalties if you are caught as a corporation doing this. As I mentioned earlier, there are three types of employees who are affected with lockout tagout. You have your authorized employees, your affected employees, and your other employees. Your authorized employees are your employees who use their locks and tags to service and maintain the equipment. They have had the proper training, they've met OSHA regulations and guidelines, and they've been trained by their employers. Your affected employees may be somebody who's operating a mill or a die-cast machine or any other equipment in your facility. Once that piece of equipment goes down, that operator of that piece of equipment stops using the piece of machinery, they shut it off, and then they call their supervisor to bring in an authorized lockout tagout user to repair that piece of equipment. Your third type of employee, I said earlier, was an other employee. Your other employees are your office people, maybe vendors, contractors, salespeople who may be in and out of your facility for whatever reason. But if they happen to come across a piece of equipment that has a lock and a tag on it, they need to know what your company policies and procedures are as well to keep themselves safe. When a person is trained in lockout tagout, they have to meet two specific requirements. First and foremost, they have to meet the minimal OSHA requirements. And then they have to meet their company's policies and procedures. Lockout tagout training consists of knowing and understanding basic procedures, company procedures, equipment being locked out, energy sources being locked out, and the lockout devices necessary to use. Energy comes in 5 sources, and I have them displayed here somewhat. We have electrical, pneumatic, which is pressurized air, hydraulics, pressurized gases, and gravitational. There are several types of lockout tagout devices which control each type of these energies. For electricity, you may use a lockout lock on a main electrical source. For your hydraulics, you may use several different types of lockout sources. You might use several different locks on different types of lockout sources to not only lock out your hydraulics, but to release the pressure and then lock that out as well. Your gravitational, you would use something like a prop. If somebody were to be working on a bay door or a garage door, they want to put a large prop underneath that so that in the event when they are working on it, something snaps or breaks free, that garage door doesn't come crashing down on somebody who may be walking through there. Lockout, tagout, as I said before, we went over why we use lockout, tagout, how repairing equipment can be dangerous, the lack of or improper use of lockout, tagout, and effects caused by that, the 3 types of employees who are affected by lockout, tagout, the training involved, the energy sources, and the lockout devices. We all have to remember that we collectively hold the key to our futures through the practice, or putting into practice, safe procedures that keep us safe. We must